searching for sunshine all my life and I found it. Been searching for sunshine all my life and I found it. I'm searching for sunshine all my life and I found it. I'm searching for sunshine all my life and I found it. Living life, sunshine, searching for sunshine all my life and I found it. Yeah.
It's been a long time coming. Peekskill got a gym again. It's got a community center for people to come and get in shape and, be involved in, and kids get off the street and people get in, lose weight. Do whatever you want to do. Come down here and be a part of Peekskill Be First. It started off in 1968 with you name the people who started off in '68.
Yeah, we got Freddie Spry Sr.
And
Mr. Corning at that time started off boxing program about 30 years ago.
Yes.
And then we actually resurrected it at the Kiley Center with Keith Mullins, actually Freddie Spry, John McCrae,
yes,
and myself. And then we moved to Main Street.
Yeah.
And now we're here.
At the Corner Center.
And we have an incredible board. We have incredible volunteers. All right, and we plan on keeping this thing moving and actually building and building so that we can bring our kids in with the great mentors that we have, all right, so that they can succeed. Monday through Saturday at this point, kids can come down. The kids program starts at 5 o'clock and adults at 7. We have open gyms throughout the week. We also have, other than boxing, judo, combat jiu-jitsu, and Muay Thai.
How you doing? My name is Mark Breland. I'm here to support the opening of the new gym in Peekskill for the kids, and to help them get started with boxing. I won the New York Golden Gloves 5 times, broke the record, and I won the Olympics in '84 and 2 World Championships. Now I'm training the WBC heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder. I love boxing because it's very competitive, and I went to see Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier in '71. I was, 7 years old when I went, and I just loved it from then.
Hi, good afternoon. My name's Warren Shealy. I'm the board chairman of Be First Boxing. Just really happy today to cut the ribbon on our new gym, 7,000 square feet of space. We started it off years ago, a very small, humble group in the Kiley Center. And I'm so proud to be where we are today. So thanks everyone for watching this, and please go to our website, BeFirstBoxingPeekskill.org. There's a donation site. Come into the gym, meet the trainers, work out, all ages and sizes. This gym is built by the community and is for the community. Some of the special players today are Bertolini has been nice enough to donate a truck for beverages. The Firehouse Grill has donated their time and energy and some great food as well.
Hi, Jeremy Basso, board member, Be First Boxing. I'd like to thank Phineas and the Lonely Leaves for spending their time with us today, putting on a spectacular show.
Searching for sunshine all my life and I found it. Been searching for sunshine all my life and I found it. I'm searching for sunshine all my life and I found it. I'm searching for sunshine all my life and I found it. Living life, sunshine, searching for sunshine all my life and I found it.
And I just want to introduce the son of Freddie Spry Sr., who actually was monumental in starting the boxing program in Peekskill 30 years ago. Freddie Spry Jr. is here, and I just want him to say a couple of words. Okay.
Thanks, Wes. First of all, Godspeed to everybody that's present. I'm sure Wes appreciates the turnout. And it's a blessing, I must say it's a blessing when I walked in here to see how far Wes came with this gym. I remember when I came, like when he first got the building, and floors weren't done, none of this stuff, none of the equipment was in here. So it's been a lot of work that he's put in to get this far. Just to reiterate a little bit about the past, I was a fortunate, it's not a black or white thing, but I was a fortunate black young man because I was fathered by Frederick Spry Sr. And he was a very, very special man. A lot of the people here, I started to say youth, but we're not youth anymore. But a lot of people here will remember Mr. Spry, and he was there for the youth in this community. He started a boxing team when I was 6 years old. It was called Peekskill Police Boxing Association. We went very, very far. We were very well known in New York City. We were very well known in the New York State Golden Gloves and all the different junior Olympic tournaments and stuff like that. And it's another blessing to see Wes striving to keep this alive. And I know the struggle that he's been through to get to where he is now. And second of all, let's just give Wes a big hand because he's done a great job. He really has. You know, he really has. And I also would like to tip my hat to his wife, Claire. She's been right by his side through the whole thing. And there are two very special people who really care about this community. I want to tip my hat to the board. The board that this boxing association has a board and everything, and he's doing it the right way. So we should all definitely tip our hats to what he's doing here to keep the youth off the streets here in Peekskill. It's been a total blessing. And last but not least, I just want to thank this community for the support that they've given this boxing team because it's been a struggle. It's totally been a struggle, you know, even with coaches, with funding. So anything that from your heart, you know, before you leave, Wes can tell you where to go. Anything you can donate or whatever is for the youth of Peekskill. And anything that can be donated or anything, any proceeds or anything like that, please bring them and do the best you can to help keep this program going because it is a struggle. And again, thanks for listening at me. Thanks for taking the time to be quiet enough to hear me out. And God bless you all and have a safe trip home.
Freddie Spry Jr., thanks a lot.
Searching for sunshine all my life and I found it. Been searching for sunshine all my life and I found it.
How you doing? Jim Chickatano from Be First Boxing. I got together, John McCrae actually introduced me to this about 7-8 years ago. Where Wes got me hooked up, and he was involved, and the program had problems, had some bumps in the road there, but we're good to go now. Wes needed some help, and we got it going on, and we come together and built this place up, and so it is what it is today. We got an open house going on today. We hope to get a lot of people in here, and Peekskill needs this bad. Peekskill needs this bad. Thank you.
Using my shin bone, unlike my foot. Your foot has bones in it and wobbles. The shin bone is like getting hit with a 2x4. Okay? Here we go. Come in here, bang, bang, bang. Okay?
Hello, my name is Wayne Heller. We're down here at Be First Boxing. We put on a demonstration of combat Muay Thai. We're doing this under the auspices of West. He has opened this great facility for the members of Peekskill, New York. And he's supporting the community. And West deserves our support. And we hope to see everyone down here in the future. They have several great programs. They have different martial arts. They have judo, jiu-jitsu, boxing, taught by professionals. This is a great facility, one of the best I've ever trained in, and we're looking forward to seeing you down here again. Thank you.
On Community Speaks, our two members of Community Voices Heard. We're going to talk about some very important stuff here, some things that are happening in Peekskill. We want to make you aware of. That is our role here on Community Speaks. We want to let you know what's happening. So I want to welcome Julia Solo and Stephen Dillard. Julia, tell us a little bit about CVH.
All right.
And let's roll.
Sure. Thank you for having us on, Martin. So Community Voices Heard is a 20-year-old organization, a statewide organization of low-income people fighting for racial, economic, and social justice in the state and in their communities. And we started out as a welfare reform-focused organization based in East Harlem. But have since expanded, and we have 4 chapters throughout New York State, in Westchester, Orange, and Dutchess counties, and then, of course, New York City. So we've been building in Peekskill for a little while, and Steve here's one of our star members. If you want to talk a little bit about what we are working on.
Yeah, how you doing? My name's Steve Dillard. I'm a CVH Power leader. And me, along with Julia and a lot of people inside of CVH, has been working on different ways in which we can build power in Peekskill. Power so that we can have a movement that is effective for low-income housing and for housing for people that are making low income. Those that are under $35,000 a year, those that have multiple families that are squeezed into 2-bedroom apartments, 1-bedroom apartments with that need housing. That's what we're here for, trying to create an ordinance in which we could keep people inside of Peekskill and not have them priced out of Peekskill.
Tell us about the ordinance as it stands right now at Peekskill.
Right now, Peekskill has no ordinance that is that will protect people from making sure, and when I say ordinance, I mean a inclusionary zoning ordinance, something that'll keep people inside of Peekskill, a certain amount of new buildings that are built to have low-income housing. We have none inside of Peekskill.
So what kind of breakdown are you asking for? Should we be looking for?
At the present moment, we have had a breakdown that we have presented to several different council members in the past. That breakdown was for 30% to be represented of anybody that builds new housing inside of Peekskill. We're looking for more people to come inside and to join us so that we can truly get a good look at everything and come up with a responsible, true look of what affordable housing needs in Peekskill is and what we need to do to reach that.
Sure. So yeah, I visited an NAACP meeting. The energy was really wonderful. A lot of people in the room wanting to do things to address issues in their community, which is not something that you see every day, and is definitely the type of space that Community Voices Heard likes to see, likes to plug into, likes to create. And I came to talk about an affordable housing ordinance that we're interested in pushing in Peekskill. And actually, this is something that our members, I'm an organizer with the organization. This is something our members chose to work on. So I want Steve to explain a little bit about what that housing ordinance looks like.
Certainly, as a group, we got together and we figured that what Peekskill needed was inclusionary zoning. And what that means is that when people come in to build apartments or to build housing in Peekskill, we wanted to make sure that the makeup at Peekskill stays the same. If Peekskill right now is at a 40% affordable housing against 60% market rate housing, we wanted to make sure that doesn't change with somebody coming in making high-rise apartments, and the high-rise apartment be totally market rate, which will raise up the rents for everybody around us and therefore squeezing everybody out of town. So we're looking for people to join us. We're looking to join with other groups inside of Peekskill and NAACP in particular at this time, in which we could get together and work out the issues that'll be a perfect fit for Peekskill, to make sure that not only the people that are looking for affordable housing can gain and grow affordable housing, but that we'll be able to keep the affordable housing that we have now. Peekskill has a list of people searching for affordable housing that goes into the numbers of 2,800. Over 2,000 people is on the Section 8 list, and over 800 people is on city ordinance lists or housing authority lists. So we want to make sure that not only those needs are met, but that we're able to create and hold on to the affordable housing that we have inside of Peekskill right now. And we need people to back us up on those moves to make sure that they can stand.
Appreciate that, one of the city officials to sit down, but how do we get people involved? How can they contact you? Is there a contact? Is there something that you want to share with the people? Because I tell you, NAACP would love to be a part of this, and we pledge to work with you in this effort. But how can we contact or learn more about CVH?
Sure. I'm happy to sit down with anyone from NAACP who's interested in working on this campaign. You can reach me at my email, which is julia@cvhaction.org, or at my cell phone, which is 914-514-7632. And I am happy to come back to another NAACP meeting as well. If a larger discussion, if there's a desire to have a larger discussion.
I want somebody to explain this big word that a lot of people hear about but don't really know, but this gentrification thing, how it's taken effect in so many other communities or some of our neighboring communities. How has it happened in other communities, and how could it happen in Peekskill?
It definitely could happen in Peekskill.
What is it?
So
gentrification
is when, a lot of times we see this happening. It starts out with a wave of like younger people and artist type folks moving into kind of like lower cost, affordable cities, and then that gives way to more higher income people coming in who see it as like a smart place to invest because property values start going up, and it brings in more wealthy people, and honestly it's more white people into a community, since lower income people are disproportionately, people of color. And so, part of the beauty of Peekskill is the diversity, is, the Black community that's been here since probably the 1800s, the growing Latino community, and that could be lost if things get to the point of being like a Beacon or a Tarrytown, where it's just like too expensive and people are squeezed out. And we've seen it happen in Brooklyn. A lot of neighborhoods in Brooklyn, like Williamsburg, now is like notoriously expensive, and it wasn't always like that. It was once a lower income community. So, do you want to comment on that?
Yeah, certainly. Not only have we seen it down in Brooklyn and they've seen it in Tarrytown, but we've seen it even as close as Austin, New York, in which people have gotten pushed out or priced out of their community as more high-rise luxury apartments come inside of town. Other apartments around start changing their market rates and raising their rates. Some of these towns, there's an average of $3,000 or $3,000 for a 3-bedroom apartment, $2,000 for a 2-bedroom apartment, and it's hard for people to, the average working person, to be able to keep that apartment. So although you've lived in Ossining or you lived inside of Peekskill all of your life, you end up finding yourself moving to other places that have lower incomes. Generally nowadays, it's places like Yonkers and up in Poughkeepsie or Newburgh or just anywhere except for your hometown. So we want to be able to make sure that that type of thing doesn't happen. That's the reason why we want things like inclusionary zoning, to make sure that 30%, if a city happens to have 50% affordable housing and 50% luxury housing, if somebody comes in and builds 100% of luxury housing, that dynamic change now, and that city is built up now of 60% luxury housing against 40%, and then the next people move in, and now you got a 70-30 split, and as time goes on, your numbers start moving down as far as luxury or affordable housing, to the fact that you get a Tarrytown where everything is high, very expensive, and we want to make sure that we're able to keep a foothold inside of Peekskill and our hometowns to make sure that that type of thing doesn't happen.
Well, I want to thank you too again for being here. There's strength in numbers. We know that. We want to partner with you and do what we can. I want to ask people that are watching the program to reach out, contact Julia Solo and CVH. And on one other note, I want you to realize the revolution just may be televised if you pay attention. The revolution might be televised. Thank you for joining us here on Community Speaks.
Yeah, you think?
Come here. Okay, you're gonna be right there.
Come here.
Get some of that. Go get some of this. I'm coming to you, and we're gonna talk a little bit. And tell me what's happening here. What's going on, bro?
Okay, over here. My name is John Clark. I work at Best of the Blessed Barbershop. And what we're doing for Thanksgiving Day is we're giving back by opening up our doors with a community Thanksgiving dinner. We've received many donations and, a lot of help coming to us. We're going to have a lot of food, and we just want to make everybody happy and show them that, somebody loves them. A lot of the vets and stuff that's from the city, they don't have family up here, they can't make it home to their families, our doors are open. We just want to make sure that everybody's happy for the holiday seasons. This is not my first time doing this. I usually do it just for my customers on Thanksgiving Day. This year what I'm doing is giving back to everybody that wants to come and just enjoy us, and we're going to consecrate the meal, we're going to pray over it, and everybody's going to have a good time. That's all I'm doing, just giving back to the community.
That's awesome. Community Speaks. That's beautiful. Listen, now tell me, what can they expect? What you got? What they going to eat?
Well, we got 3 turkeys, we got a couple of hams, couple of people making macaroni and cheese. We got collard greens, string beans, cornbread, red velvet cake, cheesecakes. We got people donating dirty rice and Spanish rice, and we got so much food. You just got to come and see it and enjoy it with us.
And this is going to be from when to when?
This is going to be starting tomorrow evening at 5 o'clock until the food is gone. Because I don't want to put nothing in my refrigerator so y'all can take the rest of it home with you. All right?
Now listen, you forgot one thing, man.
What's that?
I ain't hear nothing about no sweet potato pie.
Oh, we got sweet potato pies, homemade sweet potato pies. My daughter made them. And we got sweet potato cheesecakes. We got cheesecakes, chocolate cheesecake. Okay, we got chocolate cakes. We're going to put it on for them. Ice cream, you know, fruit. It's going to be all right up in here.
That's awesome. Listen, brother, God bless you. Thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for being on Community Speaks. NAACP doing it big here in Peekskill. My man, John the Barber. My man, John. Where we at? There he is.
God bless you.
You better hear what's happening, y'all. All right. It's going down. It's going down.
I'm Monique Dorsey, and I'm a member here at MOBC. And today the kids are going to be participating in an Operation Christmas Tree project. What happens here is the generous church members have donated things from toiletries to school supplies to books to toys. And the kids are going to be making the boxes, and we're going to be sending them to kids overseas that are needy, that don't have. And the smallest items that you see here are such a big blessing to the children because they have nothing. And this is our way of spreading Jesus' joy, teaching them about what Christians do and how Christians have a giving heart, and sharing God's message. And we're hoping that the kids also learn a message about how it is better to give than to receive. So, our goal today is to make at least 100 boxes, and then from there they will go to a hub where they will be sent down to North Carolina, and then they will be distributed to vast countries across the world. And we're hoping that if we are able to bless one child, then we've made a difference. Thank you. Okay, what I need you to do is I need you to pack a box for a child. If you're a girl, I want you to pack a girl box according to your age. What you would like if you were a girl getting one of these boxes. Got that? Yep. Okay, you need a box for her? Boys, same thing. Boy, your age. And the watch cord.
You want me to just get these first? Wait.
If it's for a boy, we gotta leave the neck. You gotta leave the necklace out. Oh, it's like Mardi Gras beads. Okay. How about we gotta make sure we're able to fit it. So let's turn the truck. Yeah, let's turn it so we can make. There we go. We make sure we can fit the things in. Okay. You're doing an awesome job.
Wait, every year it's different.
This is for a boy, right?
Bye-bye.
What age are you grouping for?
I'm packing stuff. I got a stuffed animal and gloves and some chains so they can put a necklace.
For somebody older?
Some deodorant and some soap and some rag.
And who are you packing this for?
I'm packing it for the people in Africa.
I think this would be.
We're making boxes for kids that don't have enough, I guess. And we're doing something nice by giving them stuff that a normal kid would like to have for Christmas.
I got this so they could take care of their teeth. I got this just in case if they go to school, maybe. Yes. I just got this because they're girls. They're gonna want this. Same. These are bandages, and if they fall or hurt themselves, boom. A brush a comb for their hair. Yeah. Soap. And a washcloth. Q-tips. Q-tips, yes. Deodorant. Lip gloss. Tissues. A bow. sunglasses, and a heat pack. Oh yeah, and a pen. Hi, my name is Jasmina, and these are for your hair. You stretch them out, and then you put them on your hair, and it looks cute. Here's a school band, and you put your school supplies in it, and whatever you need for school, you can put it right in it.
Nice.
Here's a wallet, and I've put $1 in it.
Oh, aren't you nice?
Here is a necklace. It's for your head. It's for your neck, and it has a clip. Here's some. This is some paint, and it says "I love." Here's a sugar thingy. You put these kind of colors, whatever color you want. You put it in here. You open that up, and then you put that in it. And then you cut that open. You act an adult, and you pour it in here. While that is right there, it comes, and you make something new. I got some shoelaces, glasses just in case people can't see well,
That's good.
a ring for fashionistas just in case you can't walk, you know. Also another school supply, you could also put it in there. Oh. And this is something, you have a pen, and it's just for you, and no one else can see it. Except if you want, you could tell your friends. These are lip glosses, and they smell good. I've got a bracelet. It has eyeballs on it. Paper. A marker. And I got some candies. 2 sharpeners. Plenty of markers for school. You know, you need. Some pink, different kind of crayons. Of course, a pen, because every time we come to school here, we're going to need a pen to write to put the money in, how much. A little, you put this is like a charm bracelet, but it connects with your keys. Lip gloss again. Smells good.
What's wrong, Mama? Okay.
And I got a book. And this is the book and some stickers. A little game you could play with your friends. It's called Fish. And some hair stuff. And that's the end.
Searching for sunshine all my life and I found it. I'm searching for sunshine all my life and I found it. I'm searching for sunshine all my life and I found it. I'm searching for sunshine all my life and I found it. Living life, sunshine, living sunshine all my life and I found it.
Here's what. You remember that march that they had, Justice or Else? You know what the or else was?
What's the or else?
The or else was you were supposed to boycott Christmas.
I'll see you, okay?
All right. Boycott Christmas in the sense that instead of spending all your money on Christmas,
And then I'll be down here after. I'm gonna call.
instead of buying those $250 pair of Nikes,
Everyone have a nice Thanksgiving.
invest in Nike and give the shares to your kid. So Nikes cost about $250. A share in Nike costs about $105. So you get 2 shares of Nike and give that to the kid as opposed to buying a Nike. What do you think about that?
2 shares. Maybe I'm not in touch with the little investment thing, but I think 2 shares, it would take too long for it to accumulate into anything of significance because they already established business. You know, I wish I would have had it like when they first started, then I'd probably be rich. But I'd rather buy my daughter the $150 pair and let her smile for a day. You know, that's just me.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. What about you, Joe?
Well, I'm not buying no child no $150 pair of sneakers because their feet still growing. But you know,
what about an iPad? iPad costs about $800.
Right.
Apple shares are going for about $115. So you could probably get about 6 shares, 5 shares of Apple.
Right.
And invest that, give that to your daughter.
Give that to her.
And in 5, 6, 10 years from now,
she can buy her own iPad and Jordans.
What?
Yeah.
Now that shit might work.
Oh yeah.
That might work?
Apple shares might work. They doing numbers.
Be going up, going up.
Think about doing it?
I might think about doing it. You know? You start off with a little bit and see how it grows.
Yeah.
You know? And if it's growing, you know, then you can invest a little bit more. I mean, there's nothing wrong in investing in our kids' future.
That's what it is.
That's what it really is. Investing in their future.
So the premise and the idea is that this Christmas, rather than spend all my money on buying gifts, I'm going to split it. I'm going to buy some gifts, but I'm also going to invest in companies and give the shares or the stocks that I purchased to my son and my grandchild rather than the gift. For example, Nike costs $250. Right now I think shares of Nike is about $111 a share. So I can get 2 shares of Nike and give that to my son or my grandson, who's 12. My son is 12, grandson is 2.5. I give that to him as opposed to just giving him the Nikes. This way I'm putting money in their pocket as opposed to putting money in Nike's pocket. What do you think about that concept?
I think it's a good concept. I think at the same time, right, not only are you putting money in the child's pocket, you teaching them something how to invest. You know, a lot of times we get too caught up into like the fashion and stuff like that, opposed to trying to save a few dollars. We spend all our money on fashion and stuff like that. So if we're gonna get some fashion, might as well get some shares of that fashion.
Yeah.
You know, it makes more sense. To me it does. There's nothing wrong with wanting to look nice and have nice things. But at the same time, we wanna invest, have something for the future. That's what it's about, having something for the future.
Yeah. So what do you think about that? You got any thoughts on that?
I'm trying to get away from that.
Right?
I want to be my own person.
Not really, but what I'm saying is a good thing. But although you can't stop Nike from making money, Nike gonna always make billions. But it's a really good thing. Whatever going in Nike pocket is gonna keep on going, and you know more people gonna still buy Nike. They ain't gonna stop.
That's true. That's why it's a good idea to invest in Nike.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's a good thing you're talking about, you know?
I think it's better to invest in Jordans.
Yeah.
Jordans, that's somebody.
All the money that Jordan made, and it's funny though, right?
Still making them.
I haven't seen anything that Jordan did in Peekskill. You know, I'm originally from Brooklyn. I haven't seen anything Jordan did in Brooklyn. You know,
Chicago.
No places. I haven't seen him do too much. But everybody runs around with these retroactive, these retro Jordans, and they get money. He's getting money. Nike's getting money for them retro Jordans. But what are we getting back in our community for buying them?
They don't
And the sneakers are like $250, $300 for an adult. For a kid, they like $200 depending on
the money. They don't have to give individual the money. Just help the community themselves. Help kids around. Do stuff for little kids in school. Give a 40 or 50,000.
Give out some scholarships.
Yes, do something. We don't need any help like we individuals. Just help the kids them around the place. That is more better encouragement. Everybody wants to, look on superstar who making millions, billions, have nice car. That stuff, growing down people, growing down kids. It doesn't work. Kids have to start opening their mind and start looking and say, you know what? These people are well to rich. Why can't we look at ourselves and stop looking at them? Stop and try to look at yourself.
Right now.
Yeah. You understand? Look at yourself first and know where you're getting at, and that's the way. Cause a lot of people look at the richer people. What you have, your house, your car, and then you behind still falling back. 10, 15 years, they ain't going nowhere, but they getting somewhere. So if you look at yourself, that's the way you're going somewhere. That's all I have to say.
That's good. That's good. That's real talk. Yeah, appreciate that.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
All right, brother.
All right.
Peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings.
What's going on, bro? How you doing, man? My name is Tab All Bay.
Alright.
Speaking on Christmas, I don't recognize Christmas, but I truly believe in the spirit of giving, and those who do not have should receive, and I'm down for that. But we talking about giving as far as growth, as far as our people is concerned. I believe education is the way. It's a tool, something that we should use to advance our kids, get our kids on board with the rest of the so-called Americans here today. And also, giving can also come in other forms too, to set our kids up, for the future. So we can give some stock or invest in some stock instead of buying Nikes or buying an Apple computer or cell phone. Take that money and put it where it should go. It's some 401ks, some better investments, things that our kids can receive in 20 years from now, or receive 12 to 15 years from now, depending on what grade your kid is in, so they can use that money to go to school, or better yet, they can also take that money to, buy a house, set up a future for their kids. So I think we need to be a little more advanced when it comes to giving. Give to the ones who truly, truly need it. And the ones who have, they should start thinking about also giving, but also getting investments, getting to the investment field. It's a beautiful thing. When you think about it, you won't remember the money for 20 years. 20 years later, you get a call and say, oh, I have $1 million in the bank because someone made a positive investment for you. And that's what we need to get on to. We need to start thinking in that fashion. Instead of, I want this, I want that, I want the new Air Jordans, or I want the iPod 6 or iPhone 6. Especially when we don't need it. I got an iPhone 4 right now. I wish I could make an investment to iPhone, and 20 years from now, let my son reap the benefits from that.
This year, the best Nikes cost $250.
Right.
So this year, instead of buying Nikes, I'm going to buy 2 shares in Nike.
Right.
And give that as a gift instead.
Amen.
Nike shares right now about $110, $111 per share.
Right.
And instead of buying that Apple iPad for $800,
right,
I'm going to buy about 4 or 5 shares in Apple,
right,
and give that as a gift instead,
right,
to my son and to my grandchild.
Right.
The idea is to spend a little bit for Christmas,
right,
but also keep some in your pocket.
That's true.
So what do you think about that, man?
I think it's a good idea because I think with us as blacks and stuff like that, we don't have nothing like ownership. So we great making other people rich, but what about us? So you pass it down to your kids, pass something on to your kids and stuff, because owning a share means a lot. That can grow. We have like a great economic wealth as black people, but we don't use it. We're slaves. We're slaves to
to this economic to this economy, and we don't even know the power we have. But we get together and protest like Black Lives Matter, and get together and get behind this movement. I mean, oh man, we could shut it down. We could make a name for ourselves. It's time for us to take our power back and get our respect back.
Yeah, appreciate that. So this is definitely a positive move. Economic development for self, right?
Right, exactly. You know what I mean? Know yourself, know your worth. You know what I mean? We walk around with Jordans on, and I mean, like that's hurting your pockets, but making somebody else rich. Nike and Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan bought stock in the prison industry. So what that tell you? He invested in black people going to jail. You know what I'm saying? So we have, you know what I'm saying? So we have to have a different mindset. Like, oh, you don't respect us, so we're not gonna respect you. I say burn them Jordans. Hey, you know, burn.
Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead, Mike. Hey, you know. The Million Man March 20th anniversary called for something called Justice or Else, right? And the or else that didn't get out was that they were going to boycott Christmas. So during this holiday season, gents, would you, for this Christmas only, opt out of buying gifts and instead of buying gifts, purchase stocks in a company and give the stocks to your kids? What do you think?
You want to go first?
Yeah. Well, I would consider it. You know, I have a fair amount of stocks that I have situated in a position where, you know, in the event that, you know, the natural occurrences of life happens, that some of that would pass along. So I wouldn't do it out of hand. I would want to make sure that, you know, the people that I was potentially buying this stock for understood the whole financial benefit about going through the process and having some stocks, coordinating that with you know, why you're doing it in the first place. So get back to the original question, would I do it, opt out of buying the traditional holiday gifts for stock? I would consider it. I don't know if I'd go all the way. I think I'd probably want to have a better understanding, or, you know, get together with a group of folks to see how that is furthering the cause and not just do it as a lone wolf out of hand. But I could appreciate the intent behind it, but I would want to, you know, have some leverage with a group of people going along in the same direction. And as an individual, I probably wouldn't. I would, you know. So yeah.
Okay, it's fair. What do you think?
Well, that I like the idea, and I wish that that charge that was given, Justice or Else, I wish that was a louder charge, because if I had gotten wind of it, if I had heard more about it, I would have definitely had that and processed that as a thought. Would I or wouldn't I? That's the question. And I believe wholeheartedly I would, providing that I knew, you know, what the stock was and how reasonable it was for me to invest in that particular stock. I would assume that the charge was for a particular stock. So if it wasn't, then I would have to choose one that would be beneficial to my family, you know, that would be financially beneficial. So there would have to be some thought put into it. And given that the March was in October, that would have given me enough time to consider and make a decision. But I like the idea a lot, and I think that anything that you can do to benefit yourself and your family financially down through the years is something that we should consider seriously. So I think that I would have co-signed on that. Yeah.
Here's the thing, and there was not any specific or particular stock to invest in or not invest in. The thought was, and you're right, I agree with you 100%. I wish this message had gotten out a little sooner. People would have maybe understood it more. But say the newest pair of Nikes cost like $250. The LeBrons are $250. Now you can get, if you got a young child, those LeBrons for $250, or you can buy 2 shares of Nike. Nike's going for about $111 a share right now. So that was the idea. Do a little Christmas shopping, but put some in your pocket, not even your pocket, in your kids' pockets to plant the seed so that later on down the line, like you were saying, I guess you would want to know that the kids know what to do and what not to do with it, that it's not there for you to just grab and run with, but instead of buying that Apple iPad for $800, Apple shares are about $130. You can get about 5 or 6 shares of Apple and give that to the kid. Give that, because I got a grandson, 2 years old, about to turn 3. I'm going to give him his Nike shares. He's only 3.
Well, you know, the one thing that I would say about that, I think it's a wonderful effort, but I think too often what happens with a lot of these ideas is that, you know, there are ideas that are thought that aren't followed through, and I think the coordination of the idea and the implementation of the idea is key. So I think once the awareness and knowledge is put out there appropriately, and we don't.
Well, it's not for everybody. It's not for everybody.
Yeah, but I mean, but for it to be effective to a certain extent.
No, this is personal. This is you. Would you do it? I'm going to do it. Would you do it? This is This is not. Let's all do this together. No, this is a personal thing.
All right.
Yeah.
I thought that was the impetus for doing it. But if individually, as I said, you know, I believe in having that type of financial security in some form or fashion. I think the only thing where I miss, and a lot of folks miss, is explaining to the younger generations the benefit and how to utilize and even get to these funds. You know, so yeah, I would absolutely do that. And you know, from that perspective, I mean, again, just giving some stock, saying, hey, just put this in the pocket and let it grow. My kids are kind of old though.
Yeah.
But good idea.
Yeah, well, you can get to my grandson if you want. Yeah.
I think that I think that a key factor in this that you're asking is the concept of in lieu of Christmas, and I certainly myself have. I do not have a problem with doing that in lieu of supporting Best Buy, supporting Target, supporting Costco, supporting
Nike.
Home Depot, Nike. I certainly am on board with doing this in lieu of feeding the commercial greed that has taken over the holiday. So I think that the concept is positive. I think that once you explain that concept to your family, I realize that our children are not going to readily accept that, you know, because they're being fed Nike every chance, you know,
Xbox and everything else.
Yeah, every chance they get. So it's a hard sell in that respect. But I think in the long run, just like we think back on some of the things that we rebelled against and say, wow, boy, am I glad that, you know, that my parents didn't let me do that. I think in the long run we'll be we'll be better for it, not only individually, not only family-wise, but as a people.
And to that end, I think, you know, if you kind of flash back a little bit, I mean, that's something that we had, but then again kind of fell through the gaps. I know that my oldest son, who's now 39, received for his birthday a $50 savings bond. We used to give savings bond, and we don't do that anymore. But that was out there where a lot of folks would say, you know what, I'm just going to give you a $25 or $50 savings bond. And those things took like 10 to 15 years to mature. And so, and if they stayed a little bit longer, then you might even be able to prosper even more from them. So having that, I mean, it's almost bringing that subject up, it's almost, well, almost why wouldn't you? You know, why wouldn't you get some type of document that you could say, you know what, I'm gonna put $25 on this and give it to the parent in the child's name and have the parent do their thing, and you know, 10, 25 years later the kid will say, yeah, you know, I got this $25 thing 10, 20 years ago, and it's either worth that and more, or whatever the case may be. But that's a novel idea to reignite that had been there for some folks in some fashion, to kind of extend and build back into, you know, their lifestyle. It's a good idea.
All right, cool. All right, now just give me one, give me this. If you hear any noise,
it's just me and the boys. Hit me there.
for sunshine all my life and I found it. Been searching for sunshine all my life and I found it.